Hey guys, welcome back to Election Center, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the 2020 electoral map based on the current polling trajectories. So basically if these states, their polling continues to go down the path that it is currently going. So let me give an example here. If Joe Biden's currently increasing his polling numbers in New Mexico by 2%, say, every month, then we're going to say in this scenario, he continues to go up 2% per month up until election day. So that's sort of what I mean by these states continuing with their current polling trajectories. So we got Donald Trump here in red, Joe Biden here in blue. So let's start off just filling in these states that probably are just going to go how we expect them to go. A lot of these safe Republican states, a lot of them here in the South, a lot of those safe blue states up here in the Northeast, a lot of these New England states over here, New Jersey, Delaware, Massachusetts. We don't got New Hampshire and Maine. We'll get to that later in the video, of course. Got the West Coast here for Joe Biden, Hawaii, Illinois. So, I may have missed a state or two, but more or less, this is pretty much the safe red and safe blue states here in 2020 that probably won't be affected by whatever the polling trajectories are, or we can pretty much just say for certain are going to go red or blue. Maybe take out that 2nd Congressional District here in Nebraska. But anyway, let's just jump into it. So, let's kick it over here to Arizona, battleground state. Donald Trump is actually going to win here in Arizona. Joe Biden's got, I think, pretty much a razor-thin lead there of less than 1%. But based on the current polling trajectory, if things keep on going the way they're going, it's tightening up there, and Donald Trump's going to win that by, a couple percentage points. So that's Arizona going red. A lot of Democrats are pretty confident that this is going to go blue, but maybe they should be a little bit more worried or cautious about Arizona because according to the current trends, according to the current trajectory, that's going to go red for Donald Trump. Kicking on over here to Florida, that is going to go to Joe Biden by a smaller margin than where he's currently leading. He's currently leading by about 6 or 7 points. That's going to go to him if things keep on going down this path. His lead is just decreasing. I think he's maybe staying around the same in the polls with Donald Trump steadily rising in Florida. Going over here to Georgia, that's going to go to Donald Trump. A lot of people think this is going to go blue, but it will actually go to Donald Trump by about 2 percentage points according to the current trajectory. So Georgia's one of these southern states, Georgia, Texas, to a lesser extent, maybe South Carolina, Mississippi, that are sort of starting to trend blue. But that's going to go red for Donald Trump according to the current trajectories. Going over here to Iowa, that's going to go to Donald Trump by a few points. Nothing compared to his 9-point spread over Hillary Clinton in 2016, but it's an improvement over what is currently a razor-thin lead for Donald Trump over here in Iowa. Going over to Michigan, that's going to go to Joe Biden by about 9 points, slightly less than I think his 10-point lead he currently has right now. But according to the trajectories, that's going to tighten up slightly to a 9-point lead for Joe Biden. Same with these other Rust Belt states, Minnesota and Wisconsin. I think Minnesota's going to go to Joe Biden by a pretty big margin, maybe 15% or more. Wisconsin also going to go by probably a fairly large margin. Going down here to Missouri, there's been talk about actually the relatively tight race that's currently going on in Missouri according to the polling. But if you look at the graph, right, if you look at how it's currently going, Donald Trump's lead is going to expand to about 9 points on Election Day. 9 points. I think it's just maybe a 3-point lead there. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but around that range, just 3-point lead for him in Missouri. But it's actually going to increase to 9 points by Election Day, according to how things are currently going. And let me just quickly fill in this Nebraska District Red for Donald Trump, we don't really have separate polling for the districts in Nebraska, but out of the couple polls that have come out of Nebraska, it shows, I think the first one saw a pretty big lead for Joe Biden, actually. Pretty surprising, These polls, by the way, were on 538, but not on RCP, so I'm not sure, how credible they are if, one service was putting them on, but then another major, polling website was not including them. They showed leads for Joe Biden, but the one that came after that showed a way smaller lead for Joe Biden. And in all likelihood, we're just going to see all of Nebraska go to Donald Trump. It's been a while since we saw that second congressional district going to a Democrat. Uh, Moving on over here to Montana, that is going to go to Donald Trump by a mere 2%. I think he has a 9-point lead there right now. But according to the current, trend, the current trajectory, that's actually going to go to Donald Trump by a pretty small margin, considering Montana votes pretty darn Republican in these elections. When I say pretty darn Republican, I mean, the Republicans win by pretty big margins. It's actually pretty close in some of these other statewide races, like the Senate and the gubernatorial races. But at the presidential level, it tends to vote pretty Republican. It's probably going to go Donald Trump by just a few points according to the trajectory. New Hampshire, let's take it over here to the Northeast, New England. It's going to go to Joe Biden by a smaller margin than he's currently leading. He's currently leading by about 8 points. It's going to change to about 6 or 7 points. We're probably going to see all of Maine go to Joe Biden, too, according to the trends. Pennsylvania, one of these states that Joe Biden does really well in terms of battleground states. He does really well over here in the Rust Belt, with these blue-collar voters in the Rust Belt, as well as these blue-collar voters in Pennsylvania, which is also Joe Biden's state of birth. So maybe that helps him out a tiny bit in Pennsylvania, who knows. But we're going to see him carry Pennsylvania by, I think about 4 points, down from, I think, his 7-point lead that he's got there right now. We're going to see Nevada tighten slightly to an 8-point lead for Joe Biden. We're going to see North Carolina go to Joe Biden by about 3 points. It's pretty much staying stagnant in the polls. Not really many changes in the polling in North Carolina. While we're at it, let's just fill in some of these more obvious states. We're going to see probably Alaska go red, probably by a smaller margin than we've seen in the past, but still it's probably going to go red. There was a poll there that showed Donald Trump leading Joe Biden by just 3%. So that was really surprising to a lot of people. But as Nate Silver says, the polling in Alaska tends to be a bit overly favorable to the Democrats. So we're probably going to see that go to Donald Trump in all likelihood. Same with Arkansas. We see a pretty small lead for Donald Trump there. I think just 2 points, but in all likelihood that's going to go to Donald Trump. It'll sort of revert back to, a little bit to how it normally votes, which is heavily Republican. We're going to see Indiana go to Donald Trump. He's leading in one of the polls by about 10 points. I think maybe the only poll that's come out of Indiana during the general election cycle. We're going to see Virginia go to Joe Biden. No surprise there. We're going to see Ohio go to Joe Biden. It's going to tighten from, I think, a 2-point lead right now for Joe Biden to a 1-point lead by Election Day. So we're going to see Joe Biden narrowly take Ohio. That's really a blow to the GOP, actually. And then Donald Trump won by 9 points in 2016, or almost 9 points. So that's actually a big swing. I think a 10-point swing, yeah. We're going to see New Mexico obviously go to Joe Biden by a pretty big margin. Colorado go to Joe Biden. And Texas narrowly go to Joe Biden by about, maybe a little over 1%. I think he just took the lead in Texas, or maybe it's dead even right now. It's really kind of going between tiny lead for Donald Trump, dead even for Joe Biden, or tiny lead for Joe Biden and dead even. But according to the trajectory, Joe Biden is edging up slightly over Donald Trump, just barely edging up over Donald Trump. And if it continues down that course by Election Day, it'll be a 1 or 2 point lead for Joe Biden. Anyway, folks, here we have the final electoral map based on these polling trends, based on these current polling trajectories. We have an astounding, really, 379 electoral votes for Joe Biden, the Democrat, 159 electoral votes for Donald Trump, the Republican. By modern standards, this is almost kind of a landslide. I think we see Joe Biden taking a lot of these bigger battleground states. However, we do have kind of a mismatch, We see Joe Biden taking a lot of these bigger battleground states like Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, and then we see, Ohio, and then we see Iowa, Arizona, Georgia going to Donald Trump. I think a lot of us would expect, if Texas is going to go blue, we would expect Georgia to go blue. If Georgia's going red, we would expect Texas to go red. But we have kind of a mismatch, Donald Trump getting some of these battlegrounds, Arizona, Iowa, let's see, Georgia, Texas, Florida, North Carolina, and Ohio, as well as the Rust Belt and Pennsylvania. going blue for Joe Biden. So, in the end of the day, we have a big electoral advantage for Joe Biden over Donald Trump. But, the result on election day obviously won't exactly reflect this, and, stuff could happen in the campaign that really changes these polling trajectories. But it's still interesting to see the electoral map based on this statistic, how the graphs in these states are shaping up, the polling graphs. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you enjoy this type of content that I make, these electoral map videos, these videos about polling, the election, other sort of election videos, then you guys should definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I do not exaggerate when I say this. You guys are going to have a great time keeping up with my channel and watching my videos. And, I'm going to enjoy, seeing you guys coming back to my videos and coming back, especially as a subscriber. I'm going to enjoy seeing you around, people coming back, uh, the same people coming back, watching my videos and being subscribers. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next Election Center video. Bye!